The Unseen Burden on Honest Labor. By Jesus and Andy. C. 2025. Inspired by a conversation. My friend Ron once said that people often think it's noble to tax the rich and give to the poor. It sounds fair, even merciful. But it's not objective, it's a moral guess, a normative stance. A tradition. And unless such a system honors the laws of conservation, the same laws that govern matter, energy, and every other natural exchange, then it cannot endure. The so-called conservative approach, where each pays the same percentage of income, seems rational at first glance. But even that is not a truly positive system, it's still subjective, because it taxes labor rather than the fruits of property and capital without labor. Think of it this way, one man might earn $1,000 every second while scarcely lifting a finger, while another must work 16 hours with his hands to earn the same amount. If both are taxed by the same objective standard, how are their daily sacrifices worlds apart? For over a century, legislators have twisted and tinkered, graduated rates, deductions, exemptions, all in the name of equity. But the very need for exemptions proves the inequity of the system itself. If a system must constantly carve out exceptions to appear fair, then it was never fair to begin with. Even the lower capital gains tax, that quiet privilege for passive wealth, confesses the system's corruption. It rewards accumulation without labor while punishing creation through effort. Anytime men make rules to favor one class, they also make idols to defend those rules. And that's exactly what we've done here. Our legislators have learned an old trick: pamper the poor to prevent uprising, and pamper the rich to preserve their patronage. The middle class, the laborer, the builder, the parent ends up carrying both. As Ron said, there are productive and unproductive poor, just as there are productive and unproductive rich. Yet in Babylon's backward economy, it's the productive laborer who bears the cost of both extremes. This is Babylon's twisted tax on labor, the great pretense of equity that hides a deeper injustice. It is not a natural law but an engineered mechanism, born of fear and sustained by confusion. Conservatives call for a flat tax, but even that misses the mark, because you cannot tax breath before a man can breathe. Every human being requires a minimum to survive: food, shelter, light, dignity. Until survival itself is secured, no tax can be just. What we need is not a flat tax but a living law, a natural law, one rooted in interest in property, and in labor joined with love, where stewardship replaces taxation and surplus becomes shared investment in the community treasury. In my holy republic of autonomous communities, heaven's economy does not punish labor, it multiplies it. The curse of Babylon is to tax toil, the promise of Zion is to transform it into glory. King Jesus, to my sacred imagination. When that promise is written into our laws and lived in our markets, taxation will vanish not by decree, but by divine redundancy. For when love governs exchange, the treasury of heaven flows without coercion. Wow! Warning: no entry. Do not consider prayerfully unless Jesus tells you.